What's going on? Welcome to today's mobility session. Let's assume the position, flat on your back, nice and comfy. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Allow yourself to get nice and relaxed. Allow yourself to let go of any stress, negativity, anything that's been weighing you down lately. And just get ready for some me time. Take that attention into your breath. Nice deep relaxing breaths, directing that air deep into that diaphragm. And breathing through the nose if you can. And we'll start to scan through the body, feeling for anything that's weighing you down, anything tense. Just start to let it go. Starting with the top of your head, relaxing through your head, the base of your neck, your forehead, your face, your neck, down into your traps and shoulders, relaxing through your pecs, your back muscles, your stomach muscles, down into your glutes, your hip flexors. As you breathe out air, just let go of that tension, relaxing through your thighs, your hamstrings, down through your calves, and into your feet and toes. Take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh with that breath. And we'll start today's focus on your left popliteus muscle. When we say popliteus, we just mean the muscles in the back side of your knee. There is a popliteus muscle in there. If you're not super in tune with your anatomy, don't stress finding the exact location, just go by feel. Just feel out what's tense in the back side of that left knee. Once you've found a spot that needs attention, circle back to your breath. As you let go of that air, try your best to relax through that target area. And relaxing through any muscle we don't need for this exercise. Mentally go into your happy place. Focus on good quality breathing, those nice diaphragmatic breaths. As you let go of that air, just feel the weight of the world fall off your shoulders. Just allow yourself to enjoy the moment. Just let everything slow down. Allow your body to heal. We'll take one more breath here. Take your time sighing out that breath. And we'll switch to the right side. Placing that lacrosse ball under your right knee, on the back side of that knee, and just feeling out what needs attention. If you found a good spot on the left, feel free to start in that same area on this right side. If it doesn't feel like it needs the same attention, then keep searching. Feel out what needs attention on this side. And once you've settled into the right spot, the right amount of pressure, circle back to your breath. Nice relaxing rhythm, pace, and shape of breath. Trying your best to keep any negativity out of your mind. Just let yourself breathe it all out and watch it float away. And relaxing through any tissue we don't need. Relaxing through your face, your head, your neck. There are a few muscles we need to hold this position and exercise. Anything else, focus on getting nice and soft and relaxed. We'll take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh with that breath. And let's grab a compression band. start to wrap up that left knee. We're gonna wrap above and below. When we wrap above and below, we want that leg to stay fairly straight. We don't want to be doing a whole lot of bending of the knee. And if you don't have a compression band, feel free to just hang out and move forward to the next piece, which is where we loop a resistance band around your leg and get a little pulling force through the knee, get some distraction, and relieve the pressure around that knee. So if this is a new exercise, feel free to take your time watching the video, rewind it if you need to. Once you're settled in, hooking that foot into your rig, setting yourself back, getting a little subtle pulling force through the knee. Should be zero pain here. All we want is a subtle pressure release to give the joint itself a little breathing room. And once you're there, we're going to start a little contract and rotation cycle. So contract your thigh muscles, your quads nice and tight. Firmly grab your shin. We're going to internally rotate that by turning it towards your midline and keep cycling through that. You can experiment with the amount of tension we're applying, sitting yourself further back or sliding further closer if it's too intense. And the idea is just to let that joint free up some breathing room around its end range of extension. And keep cycling through. Distract, flex, and internally rotate. And we'll take one more breath here. And we'll take your time sighing out that breath. We'll free up this left leg and repeat it on the right. So as we add that compression band, we want this mostly to be around muscle. So the upper part of that calf, across the knee, into that lower quad. We want some good tension. So feel free to go nice and tight. Just try not to do a whole lot of bending of the knee while we're applying this. And once we've got that band wrapped up, we're going to hook your heel into that resistance band, cross it over front of your foot, and gently sit yourself back to get a slight pulling force across the knee. And again, we want zero pain. This should feel nice. Should feel gentle pulling force around the knee. It's a nice little trick to free up the movement at your extension end range. And again, if we get that slight pull, that slight distraction, slight flex of the right knee, and then firmly grab the shin and apply a bit of internal rotation, we should technically get a little bit of hyperextension through the knee, a few degrees. But if it's not quite making it straight, or we're not getting that slight bit of hyperextension, it's a sign we need to do a little bit more of this stuff. And this distraction force and that internal rotation is a nice little trick to free up a little bit more range in that extension. Keep cycling through. This is fairly active, but try to stay passive around the knee itself. Now we'll take one more breath here. Take your time sighing out that breath. And we'll slide into a child's pose. So we're going to get into our basic child's pose, that bowing position, arms overhead, sit the hips back. And our focus on the child's pose today is still going to be on the knee. So really focus on sitting your hips in tight to your ankles within your pain-free range. And once we're there, concentrate on getting nice and passive. We're still going to get a bit of a shoulder stretch, a little bit of stretch through the lats. But our main focus is on that knee today. So we should feel a nice flexion stretch. So we're hitting the opposite end of the knee range right now. In a few seconds, we'll gently get active by attempting to press your shin down into the floor and reverse this stretch around the knee. And let's go ahead. We're going to slightly activate through the quads. Attempt to push your shin through the floor, ramping up that tension as we go. And we'll finish with a big squeeze here. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. And we'll gently reverse. Squeeze through the hamstrings, attempting to actively pull your heels and hips closer together, ramping up that tension as we go. Finishing with a big squeeze. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax, nice and passive. Relaxing through both knees. Finding depth in the stretch right now. It's by relaxing, not by forcing. Mentally turning off any of those muscles in that lower body we don't absolutely need right now. Getting as passive as we possibly can. And we'll take one more breath here. Take your time sighing out that breath. Now we'll move into a downward dog. So hips up in the air. Walking those hands away from your body. Should feel a stretch in the hamstrings, the back of the knee. The knees don't need to be completely locked. Just feel out what is the right angle for today. Slight bend is okay. Blocked is okay. As long as we're not in any pain. Focus on getting as passive as you can. The back side of those legs, the hamstrings, the glutes, the calves. We can get a little more aggressive into that stretch if your body's feeling okay with it today. But don't feel the need to be any more forceful than your body's okay with today. Let's take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath. And we'll shift our attention to your left foot. So if you haven't already, slide that left shoe off. Grab that lacrosse ball. And we'll just do a quick search through that left foot with the lacrosse ball. Good alternatives to the lacrosse ball or a golf ball or just your fingers. So whatever you have handy, whatever's going to work for you today, just search through the base of that foot. Around the arch, around the heel, around the balls of the feet. Feel out what area needs the most attention. Feel out what the right amount of pressure is going to be for today. Every chance we get circling back to your breath. Nice relaxing rhythm of breath, shape of breath. Mentally go into your happy place. Relaxing through your face, your head, your neck. Concentrating on finding good vibes and letting go of all that stress. And we'll take one more breath here. And we'll slowly sigh out that breath. We'll slide that shoe back on quick. We're going to get into a mega ankle on this left side, so let's wrap the left calf up with your compression band. And we want a good amount of tension here. Through the lower into the mid calf. And once you're wrapped up and ready, we're going to hook your heel into your band similar to how we did for your knee, except we want this to be completely at the base of the heel rather than the ankle. And once you're locked in, cross over the base of your foot and just sit back. And this time we're feeling for a pressure release in the ankle. Very similar exercise in the setup, but the difference is we want that band below the ankle so we can free up the space in the ankle itself. And just sit yourself back. Find the right amount of tension. Should be zero pain. You may not feel anything at all here. And if not, that's okay. Our goal here is just to reverse that gravity. Free up some space in that joint so the surfaces can glide a little better. And once we're there, concentrate on getting nice and passive around the ankle. settling back into that nice rhythm of breath. Mentally settling back into your happy place. Just staying as passive as you can, relaxing through your calf and your foot and your ankle. Don't take one more breath here. Take your time sighing it out. We'll free yourself up from the band, the resistance band and the tension band. And we'll shift our attention back into your right foot. So grabbing that lacrosse ball, starting to work through the right foot, around the arch, around the balls of feet, around the heel. Feeling out what needs attention today. Settling into the right amount of pressure. Should be zero pain, so working within your pain-free limits, but applying enough pressure that we are getting an effect here. And if you've been following the program for a while, feel free to get a little more aggressive with that pressure. And the only one that's going to know the right amount of pressure to apply is you. Just paying attention to how your body's responding. Settling back into that nice rhythm, shape, and pace of breath. Mentally sinking into your happy place. Just being grateful for the moment. We'll take one more breath here. We'll sigh out that breath. We'll go shoe back on, and we'll wrap up this ankle and calf, more so the calf area. Wrapping around that lower calf, through the mid calf, with your compression band. If you find yourself struggling to keep up, feel free to pause the video here. And as soon as you're ready, we're going to hook your heel back into your band, cross over through the top side of your foot, and gently get a nice pulling force through this right ankle. And again, we want that band hooked around your heel instead of your ankle. That is important. If we're trying to free up the ankle itself, we've got to be pulling from the foot. So that band really should be completely on your shoe. And then sit yourself back, get that nice pulling force. Again, we want zero pain. This is very subtle. You may not feel much here at all. And that's okay. We're still going to benefit. We're still going to feel the effects of this afterwards. Settling into that right amount of tension that feels right for today. And let's take this chance to do a scan through your body. Any muscles that are tense that we don't need, just let them go. Relax through your face, through your forehead, through your cheeks, through your mouth, through your off leg, your hands and traps. Just let it all go. And one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath and move into a left side low dragon stretch. The shoes are optional for this. You can keep them on if you want. You can take it off. In low dragon, we're going to target that mid to lower calf. Let your chest get heavy on top of that lower leg. Let that knee travel out in front of the toes. Take your time settling into this position. It can sometimes take a little while before you find that right spot where you're targeting that calf. Just really try to go light in your hands. Let that chest really fall on top of that lower leg until you found that stretch. And in 10 seconds, we'll gently get active by attempting to reverse this stretch by attempting to press the floor like it's a gas pedal. with this left leg. And let's go ahead, activating through your calf, attempting to reverse this stretch, ramping up tension as we go. And we'll finish with a big squeeze, last 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse. Squeeze through the top side of your foot, actively trying to pull yourself deeper into that stretch, ramping up tension as we go. Let's finish with a big squeeze here, last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax, and nice and passive. You may find you're deeper in this stretch now, and if so, great. And if not, no worries. We'll get there. Just continue to trust the process. Mentally staying nice and relaxed. Relaxing through your foot, your ankle, your calf. And we'll take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath. And we'll move into some left side ankle circles. So we find this easiest to access if you lie flat on your back. Grab your shin with 2 hands and start by making a nice big circle with that left ankle. In the first rep or 2, we can go nice and easy. As we work our way through the minute, just being a tiny bit more aggressive, attempting to really work into those corners. And in positions that you feel like you're most restricted, give yourself an extra push. Generally, the harder we work here through this ankle circle, the bigger benefit we get through all the other exercises we've done today for the ankle. Let's give it a good squeeze here for these last 10. And we'll sigh out that breath and shift our attention to the right side in that right side low dragon. So in that semi-lunge position, let that chest fall on top of that lower leg. Take a second or 2 and feel out what position feels right for today. We just want a nice, easy stretch through the lower to mid calf. Getting as passive as we can. Relaxing through your foot, relaxing through the front side of your shin, your calf, your ankle itself. Consciously get as relaxed as you possibly can. And in 10 seconds, we'll gently get active again through this right side by attempting to press that gas pedal through the floor. And let's go ahead, starting nice and easy. Slowly ramping up that tension as we go. And big squeeze here to finish. 3, 2, 1, and we'll gently reverse. Attempting to pull yourself deeper into that stretch. Activating through your shin muscles. Ramping that tension up as we go. Big squeeze here, last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Let's get nice and passive. Just submit to the position. Consciously turn off any muscle we don't absolutely need right now. Just submit to the position. Nice deep relaxing breaths. And we'll take one more deep one. Slowly exhale. And we'll shift into right side ankle circles. So again, flat on your back. Firmly grabbing that shin with 2 hands. Starting by making a nice big circle. Challenging yourself towards those end range limits. And again, wherever you feel most limited, let's try to give an extra push. Let's try to attempt to carve out new range. Each rep just pushing a little further into that end range at every single corner of that circle. And we'll get a little more aggressive here, last 10. Really squeeze through this last rep or 2. Nice, slow and controlled push into those corners. take one more long, slow, deep, relaxing breath here, and we will call it a day. Thanks for joining us here for some 5-pillar mobility. Hope you enjoyed the routine. Hope your body's feeling nice. If you enjoyed the video, please do like it and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you again next time. Have a great day.